you go. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take my favorite villains from horror movies of all time. Okay, as we see the Daniel Stark injury lawyer's mug. Don't forget your best personal injury lawyer. I mean, I'm Michael Myers. I'm out there everywhere knocking stuff over. You see, you know how many cars I've been hit by? Do you know how many cars has hit by Michael Myers on purpose? Trust me. I'll go to Daniel Stark injury lawyers every time. They take good care of me. That's why I keep showing up over and over again in more movies. Anything from you, Scotty?
I've got nothing.
Here we go. You ready?
Okay, so sorry about that. Do you think you could hear that at all?
Yeah, we could hear it. It was muffled, but we have you.
Okay. All right, so check it out. I am going to reveal my number one, just my favorite horror movie villains, and I'm going to compare them to athletes. A couple of them I actually have. I couldn't think of an athlete, so maybe you can help me. All right, we're going to start with Art the Clown. Okay, are you familiar with Art?
So this is where I'm going to be weak on this game, as I haven't seen all the horror movies.
Doesn't matter. So I haven't seen Art the Clown either, but he's like, you want to talk about terrifying. Good, look him up, dude. Oh my God. He's described as a vile and dangerous killer clown. Art is a demented demon with a penchant for viciously slaughtering nearly anyone he encounters. His preferred method of killing and torture is through gruesome mutilation, in which he keeps his victims alive just to see how much torture a person can endure. Okay, I got one that came to mind right away. There's two guys, okay? James Harrison, right? I mean, just like an absolute killer.
Yep.
And then also, I think with a little bit of sense of humor and kind of a nasty side, maybe a Lester Hayes, right? Because Lester Hayes, when you think about him, you could compare him to Art the Clown, in where he literally was out to end people. And he had to stick them, and he was nasty. And I think that Lester Hayes would be a great example of someone who I could compare to Art the Clown, because Art the Clown too is like, there's a little bit of humor to him. I don't know if you've seen any clips of Art the Clown. Did you look?
I looked him up. I think the James Harrison one's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a scary ass clown. That is for sure. All right, moving on. Here's one that I thought of pretty much immediately. So Leatherface is up there, right? We're in Texas. Now, Leatherface, he murders people to get Mike, what's going on? Mike is over here moving. Mike, what's happening?
All good, all good.
I mean, he just barges in here with his shirt untucked, like always. Mike, do you have a sponsorship with Untuck It?
No, not yet. It's mostly him.
He's writing something down.
It's mostly him.
I mean, just tell him at this point.
I'm trying, Pete. I was trying so hard.
Do you know? Have you heard of? Do you have an iPhone? Do you ever text?
I do.
Okay,
I do, yeah.
so you could very easily text Scotty, right? No, I'm serious.
Yes, I could.
Do we need? We've talked to Corey about starting up like a Slack channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to go start that now?
All right, let's keep going with Halloween. Leatherface, okay? Now, perhaps the scariest villain because of his disturbing appearance. All right, cover your ears, okay? He makes the masks out of his victim's skin. And he likes to strike true fear in the folks he attacks. Now, Leatherface here's where I come up with my my assessment and my comparison. Leatherface's extended family is equally disturbing. Okay, he's got an extended family, but they lack his insanity. No. But they lack his instantly memorable and traumatizing look, which has cemented him along greatest icons in the horror genre. Now, here's where I think this is one of my best ones. Pat Riley. And here's why. Okay, Pat Riley has an iconic look that we all, it's undeniable. Everybody, when you think of Pat Riley, you think of the look. So as sexy as Pat Riley is, Leatherface is that disgusting and scary, right?
That's funny.
Scotty?
Yeah, that's
and then
funny.
When you think about Leatherface's and Pat Riley is a straight killer, okay, wherever he goes. And then you think about Leatherface's extended family, okay? Well, Pat Riley sort of has like the family. It's like they talk about like Heat culture and stuff, and like whether you like it or not, that exists. Like Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley ultimately have dragged that team to 2 NBA finals. I mean, like bad teams, and they've done it with an identity and a culture, which is Heat basketball, which I look at as Leatherface and his family members, all the comrades.
That's good.
I think it's all right.
I think you're 2 for 2.
Okay, here's the next one. As I take a sip of the water. Michael Myers. Now that he's my favorite of all time. Okay. Michael Myers. Now remember, I just did the Daniel Stark Injury Lawyers commercial. Michael was, he was run over by like 100 cars. He was shot all the time. You could not kill him. Despite being shot in a haul, in a hail of bullets, sorry, this is my dyslexia, in a hail of bullets and being stabbed multiple times, Myers is seemingly indestructible, making him even more terrifying. Some have stated that Myers may be immortal and the personification of evil himself. Now, again, I don't want you to get too caught up in I'm comparing people and making them evil. I'm talking about just the badass qualities of these individuals. An elite level, Tiger Woods is Michael Myers. And here's why. Okay. Now, the flurry that started with Michael Myers, I think you could say the only thing Myers really may lack a little bit is Tiger's greatness. But Myers was, when Halloween came out, it got 4 stars. Jamie Lee Curtis, it was a box office smash. Everybody went to see it. And they're still making Halloween movies, some of which are actually okay. Halloween 3 was terrible. Throw it out. But it was kind of like Tiger's maybe some of his personal struggles, right? When you think about you had like in 2010, okay, Tiger has all that drama goes on, right? The affairs and that stuff comes out. And then he comes back. He has a decent run at the Masters. But then after that, it's kind of like, what happened to Tiger? It must be over for Tiger. Like emotionally, physically, the knee surgeries, all of his trouble. But guess what? Like, you can't kill Tiger Woods. In 2018, we watch him at the Masters and he wins Augusta when nobody thought he was going to win Augusta. It was comparable to Jack Nicklaus winning at the Masters in 1986. When Jack Nicklaus, I recently, I'm in the middle of that Vern Lundquist book. They didn't even have him, like Vern talks about the Masters in 86. Like Jack wasn't even on their board of players who were going to win. They had a Calcutta, which is basically, if you don't know, it's like a draft. So I would put up a golfer like Seve Ballesteros, and you would bid $1,000 on him. And if nobody outbids you, that's your golfer. And the person who wins the Calcutta gets the entire pie. Gets like 70%, second place, 30% or whatever. But nobody even bid on Jack Nicklaus in that 86 Masters, which gives you an idea of how crazy of an accomplishment that was. I'm talking about Vern Lundquist and his CBS cronies. Apparently it was Tom Brookshire was forced to take him for $400 and he won the Calcutta, a lot of money. I think it was like 75 grand or something. So that's kind of off on a tangent. But Michael Myers, I compare him to Tiger Woods, one of the best of all time, and somebody who you just cannot kill. All right, Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter would you consider him a horror villain, right?
Yeah. For sure. He is more frightening than most horror villains.
He's an Oscar-winning horror villain. And so you would say he's polished for sure.
Mm-hmm. Calculated.
Decorated. And he's always in control. And he's a former psychologist, I think. He's a master manipulator. So who would you compare him to? You could say it could be player or coach. If you can't come up with it, that's okay.
I can't come up with that quickly.
Phil Jackson. Just the absolute, he's just sitting there, not really doing anything, but there's something, it's more mind than physical. I believe it's Phil Jackson.
That's good. I was trying to think of a coach also, so that's good.
All right, this is going so well that I'm going over with time. So unless Scotty has anything to add, we're going to get to Eric Nadel.
I've got a couple that I'm thinking about.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Bring them on.
Okay. You ready?
Welcome to the party, Scotty.
All right. This one was pretty easy. Jason Voorhees. What's the first thing you think of when you think of Jason Voorhees?
Well, I think of the hockey match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could be really tropey and pick a hockey player, but I was thinking of who do I know for wearing a mask and being a stone cold killer? And a little bit of a throwback. Richard Hamilton.
Yes, sir. That's
Richard Hamilton with the Detroit Pistons.
And by the way, Jason Voorhees, if I remember correctly, from the New Jersey area. Rip Hamilton from that portion of Pennsylvania that's not too far from Jersey. So that's pretty good. That's a good one.
Good.
He's from, I think, Collegeville. I might have Coatesville. He's from Coatesville. Not that far from where Jason Voorhees is from. That's pretty good.
Thanks.
Is that it?
That was the main one. I'm trying to think of. Have you ever seen Insidious?
No.
The villain of that film is called the lipstick face demon. It's this bright red face with the mouth open the whole time, and it's very frightening looking. It's very scary. And I think I was thinking of Draymond Green, but I didn't quite spin up why and how.
That Draymond Green.
Just because Draymond Green is like the best villain in sports, probably. But
Mike, you're back in here again. Can I help you? Yeah.
So we went to, my buddy Casey and I went to see the 50th anniversary of Texas Chainsaw.
I was actually scared. I thought I was in trouble. All right,
no, we went to see the 50th anniversary of Texas Chainsaw the other day. And afterwards, a Q&A with the brother of the guy who did all the special effects and stuff. He died like 20 years ago, but this guy's got all his stuff and books and all kinds of stuff. If you watch Texas Chainsaw, Gunter, I can't remember his last name, that played Leatherface. Real sweet guy. He was a poet. He was all this stuff, right? Which, I mean, you would think, right? It's always the opposite of whatever you play. Anyway, this guy that did all the special
Gunnar Hansen.
There you go. The guy who did all the special effects. If you watch Texas Chainsaw, at one point there's a chicken in the living room in a cage that they're just keeping like in a little bird cage, and the thing's like, fighting to get out. That chicken died every day. So the guy that did the special effects had to come in and replace the chicken every morning because Gunter would get he would feel bad like if the chicken died. So he was trying to save Gunter's feelings by replacing the chicken, every single day. I have no idea. I don't know if it was the heat because, I mean, it's hot out there. I don't know if it was being caged in that little tiny cage or whatever. But that's a great story.
That is a hell of a
that's
story.
a great story.
Where did you guys go to see it?
At the Pack here in Waco.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was great. It was done by Waco Independent Film Festival.
Oh, pretty cool. All right, there you go. Mike Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen. Call him Leatherface. I think that might work. We'll be back after this. Eric Nadel, folks. How does he follow these killers? He's Eric Nadel. He's in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. We're